We have a Twilight, we have a Pinkie Pie, so I think that's plenty of party to me. So I won't babble on much longer. Welcome with me, Julia Meynen and Jennifer Weiß.
Hi, every pony. Are you feeling good? Okay.
Are you having fun today?
Come on, a little bit louder. Do you have fun today?
Very good. All right. For those of you who weren't at the Q&A yesterday, I'll just give you a brief rundown again of how this works. We have two lines here with microphones down there and down there. You queue up there with questions. You tell them to our volunteers. If the question is let through, it's a fine question, you can ask it. We have to filter these things, I'm afraid, to keep the panel smooth, to make sure Hasbro doesn't get mad. You heard about the Hasbro snipers yesterday, Larson's panel? Yeah, we don't want to anger them. Not a smart idea. So, specifically about the German dub, we can't really say anything about season 4. When that's being out, we don't know. We can't tell you. So no point in asking when German season 4 is out. Obviously, they don't know anything about season 5 either, since that's still in production. That hasn't reached Germany yet. So another thing we can't really talk about, of course, questions have to be family friendly and so on and so forth. So make sure you queue up here if you have a nice question for Jennifer, for Julia, for both of them. They're here to answer them for you.
Yes.
Well, I'm here already. May I just start with a question, actually? It's a question I've asked in 2012, because it's just a question I like. Maybe you have a news story for us, I don't know. But I asked that at GalaCon 2012. What are you two's most memorable or favorite experiences from a recording session itself? Anything that was fun or weird or special to you?
Is that on? Wow. Hello? Yes, okay. Well, what I love the most about My Little Pony, especially my favorite episode, was when Twilight got mad. That was so funny, and I will always remember that.
Lesson 0, where she goes in nuts about the deadline.
Yes. That's my favorite episode, and we had so much fun in the studio, and we laughed all the time, and yeah, that's my favorite thing, and yes.
I'm sure I can tell you really went all out on that episode with the emotion. It was basically almost pacing on Tara Strong's level of insanity. That was good. Well, I just complimented you on being insane. I'm not sure how nice that is, but it's supposed to be a compliment.
Thank you.
What about you, Jennifer?
Well, my favorite episodes were, of course, Too Many Pinkie Pies and Party of One. I'm a bit disappointed that we couldn't take all these accents. In the original version, Andrea Lipman had a British accent and a French accent, and I would have loved to do it in German too, but I just was not allowed. I'm sorry. But anyway, it was so much fun to do all these strange voices and well, Too Many Pinkie Pies, of course. It was fun. Yeah, it was exhausting, of course, because we had to do every single pony each, so just...
So every pinky, you had to voice every pinky individually.
Pinky. Yeah.
Oh
yes.
My God, that's a lot of pinkies.
Well, I did the same with the Twilight episode from when Twilight got back from the future. Mm-hmm. So you always have to do each role after another. So
oh God.
Yeah, but it's very fun. It's cool. So it's almost the same.
Yes.
Great. So I see we have questions here. So why don't you start?
Hi.
Hi there.
My question revolves about the siblings of the main six. So we know like Rarity has Sweetie Belle as a sister, and Applejack has Apple Bloom and Big Macintosh, and Twilight I forgot his name, but he has a brother, you know. The
Spike? You mean Spike?
What was Spike the name? He says shining armor, is that correct?
Yes, that's
Okay,
kind of the
okay,
character
yeah. Oh,
you're
okay,
cosplaying.
okay, yeah.
So my question would be, of all the siblings of the main six, what would you like to have as a sibling and why? So which of the characters would be your favorite sister or brother, if you could choose one?
Good question.
Yeah, it is. Well, I have to think about that.
You mean if I could choose any pony as a brother or a sister?
Any
Anyone-
of the regular siblings, so not the main six, but the sisters or brothers of them.
Big Sweetie Belle or Big Macintosh, or those are siblings.
Yeah, I
of the
think
main
Big
characters.
Macintosh. Big Macintosh is really cool. I like him. He's really cool.
I think I would take Sweetie Belle because she's so sweet.
Thank you.
I don't have any brothers or sisters, and if I could choose, I would choose a big brother. So I would take Big Macintosh.
That's okay.
Thank you. You're up, please.
Hello, first of all, thanks for coming here, obviously. My question is, how do you get like in character when you want to do a recording session? Like, how do you prepare? What do you use like as a mental image to really get into the character and portray them?
Actually, when I get into the studio, I'm not very prepared. I just get in and see what are we doing today, and oh, okay, My Little Pony, and so I just take this. Hi, Weiß.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, you get into your character when you do a series, and then over the episodes you find out how the character is, and then you can put a special individual note into the character. But when you just do one person for one movie, then you just get into the movie, you see it, the regisseur tells you the movie is about this and that, and your person has these and these typical things, and then you just do it. So you really get into the character when you do a series like My Little Pony, or if something goes over several episodes.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
So, what is your most frustrating moment in your whole career? I mean, not just My Little Pony, any job you had, or I mean, as an actor.
Frustrating?
Yeah, frustrating. Like when you go, this is, I just want to throw everything away or something.
I think I can't remember a frustrating moment because it makes so much fun to do this job, and you can make fun of everything. And the funniest thing I've ever done, horror movies are very cool to do that. And you can laugh mostly when you do horror movies. But frustrating moments, I can't remember.
Not frustrating moments, but creepy moments. Like I had a show named Mama Mirabelle's Home Movies, and it's about little animals, and it's a mixture of live action and cartoon, and the kids get the whole life of animals explained, and I'm still afraid of spiders and bugs, and there was so many creepy bugs running over the screen, and I just had to watch, and it was so awful to me. I wanted to look away. That was horrible.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Wait, is this working? Can anyone hear me loud and clear? So yeah, I've got a good question regarding the dubbing process, but first I just wanted to apologise to Jennifer for my really bad dancing last night. But I digress.
It
Oh,
happens.
that's okay.
Yeah,
go ahead
I've
with
got
your
a-
question.
Yeah, so yeah, in terms of the dubbing process for MLP, do you both watch the episodes in the original language, and then after obviously translating the scripts into German, you then get the expressions? So do you know how it all works in terms of dubbing the show into another language?
Can you help help me with the question?
Do you mean if they watch the episodes themselves before dubbing
Yeah, in the
so, or
original
if they see
language.
them in the studio?
Oh, in the original language, before they begin the dubbing process.
Do you see the episodes in the original language like entirely before you see them, or do you only see clips or still images or something like that?
Yes. We come into the studio and we just see the episodes and the scenes we have to dub. So we don't see the whole the episodes before we go into the studio. So we come there and we see what we have to do, our scenes. When I come out, I always see the scenes with Twilight, of course, but I don't see the other pony scenes. So when I'm finished, I get the DVD and then I can watch the whole episodes, but we don't see them before.
Ah, I see. So they do all the hard work for you, basically.
What?
They do the hard work for you, so they
Yes.
sort out the scenes before you come.
Yes. Because it wouldn't make sense that I would see the scenes about Pinkie Pie or Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash because I have to dub my own things with Twilight. So, and I think there were some episodes where Twilight doesn't take place in My Little Pony.
There are only a few, but there's
Yes.
a few where Twilight isn't in them.
Yeah. So I don't see it because I can't speak it. So I just can watch it afterwards.
Ah, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Next, please.
Well, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Something I would
A
like
bit closer to the microphone, please. We can't hear you.
a bit closer. Does it look good? Yes. Hello, Esma.
Loud and clearly, please. Sorry. We have to make sure we understand.
Something I would like to ask. If you dub a series or any episodes for the first time, do you try to copy the original voice actor as close as possible, or do you come up with your own voice?
I
If you-
didn't get that.
If you see a show beforehand or something, if you just see the scenes you're dubbing, is the first thing in your mind to imitate or get close to the original voice, or do you have your own performance, your interpretation?
Well, I don't want to be an exact copy of the original version. I always put something special of me into the role, so it's becoming something new. That's important to me.
And it depends on which regisseur or company stands behind it. If the company says, from America or from the original movie says, we don't want it that individually, please, it has to be very close to the original, then we can't do anything about it. So it always depends on which people stand behind it. But it's always good when you put a special character note into your role. That's always good for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your turn, please.
Yeah, thanks. My question is, in the production process, whenever there is like a pun or a joke in the English version that you can't translate into the German, like if you translate a pun into German, that doesn't work. What do you do about that?
How does it work when you have a joke where you know it's a play on words or a pun that's from English and you can tell in German
If you can't
it's
tell
not you can tell it's not the same joke. They couldn't really come up with a suitable replacement. How does that work for you? How do you perform that?
Well, that's a shame if it doesn't work, but there's nothing we as voice actors can do about it.
It's the job from the writer who has to write down the translation and the German text for us. So if there's a joke which he can't translate into German, or if it doesn't work, then he or she has to think about some different joke which is almost the same or something like that. But
Okay.
we as she said, as a voice, we can't do anything about it. So that's the job from the script writer, from the German script writer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Your turn, please.
Okay. First of all, thank you both for being here. My question is for Ms. Weiß. You said before that you would have liked to do all kinds of different accents for Pinkie in that one scene. And now, of course, I'm curious, what kind of accents would you have liked to do? Maybe, since we're in Baden-Württemberg here, Swabian?
Oh, I love foreign accents, and I had roles before, for example, in a Barbie movie where I had to speak with a French accent, and that worked quite well. But I'm very, very bad in speaking German dialect, so das klingt immer wie eine Mischung aus Bayerisch und Französisch.
Cool.
So what about the foreign accents we're going to do?
My favorite foreign accent is, of course, the Japanese accent. Because I love the Japanese language, and it's like,
Oh, ich muss besonders höflich sein. Das ist wichtig in unserer Kultur.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
Next one over there, please. Close to the microphone.
Yeah, okay. Hello, my question is, if someone likes to start to begin to become a voice actor, is that possible by side a job or a study, or is becoming a voice actor also a full-time job?
So it's about how is there something specific you studied to get into voice acting, or a certain job that helped you as a springboard, something like that?
well, before I started to become a voice actress, I always made my own audio records at home with my best friend or with my brother, and it was always stories about Super Mario.
How fitting for the convention.
Pardon?
How fitting for the convention, since you're all about video games this year.
Yeah, sure. I love Super Mario and Nintendo and all that stuff, and so I made always stories about him and Peach and Yoshi and Bowser, and so I always had to do several voices, and later I started to make fan dubs of Japanese animation, and I did, I don't know, Tokyo Mew Mew, Angelic Layer, something like that, and I applied with these videos for practical training in several voice acting studios all over Germany, and so I got a practical training in Berlin, and that's the way it worked, so I got into it.
And I started voice acting when I was 10, and actually the voice acting job is a part of, what is the word for Schauspieler? Actor, yeah, of course. It's a part of the job from the actor, but there is no real learning sessions or study thing. It's mostly learning by doing. So it's often that the parents are actors too, and I got there because my aunt is a cutter, and I worked for children television before, and then she said, yeah, come on, we'll take you to the studio, you can try it, and that's why I landed there, and you always get that experience by doing it, so it's really learning by doing.
So practice at home, things like that, reading.
Yes, reading, of
practicing
course,
your
yeah,
voice,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Next question, please.
So my question is, if either of you were to hypothetically create, write, or just in general have your characters in any type of episode, just what would your ideal episode for those characters be if you could hypothetically have an ability to put them in one that you made?
What would be your favorite kind of thing to do with your character if you could hypothetically choose?
Oh, well, let me think about it. That's pretty difficult to answer.
You got an idea, Julia?
I think it would be cool if the ponies, or the girls, the ponies, when they would get boyfriends. Ooh. That would be really cool. Or if the ponies are falling in love.
That would be great.
That would be. I would love if there were some male ponies more in the episodes. That would be really cool. Or maybe with. Oh no, that would be no friendship anymore. But.
Well, you can have. There are rumors that you can have friendships and romance.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or maybe that two ponies fall in love with the same guy or something like that.
Damn.
But it always has to end up in friendship, of course. Yeah.
Of course.
Something like that, maybe. That would be really cool.
Well, I'm sure the internet has many heated debates about this topic, so I'm very curious what they think about your proposal. But yeah,
well, maybe they do.
Yeah, I mean, in Equestria Girls, we already have that kind of thing with Twilight, so you had fun with that.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, yeah. And when I first saw the Equestria Girls, my first reaction was, oh my God, they look all so cute as the girls. So I hope there's coming more from the Equestria Girls.
Twilight kind of has a crush on this one boy.
I know,
so.
yeah, that's right.
So there you go.
But I think it would be a lot cuter if the ponies would fall in love, because, human, okay, we know, but the little ponies with the guys, and then, under the apple tree and something like that, that would be very cool. Yeah.
You have an idea, Jennifer, or are you fine with that way they're going with Pinky?
I think this would be the perfect idea.
Well, there you go. We need more shipping.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your turn, please.
Toodaloo. I overheard that you get DVDs from the show for you to watch at home, and I want to ask you, what do you think about the show, and is there something about it that you specifically like or dislike?
About My Little Pony?
Yeah, when you
about
watch
My
it,
Little Pony.
Since you said you watch it at home yourself sometimes, just curious what you particularly like and dislike about the show.
Well, I already watched My Little Pony when I was a little child. I always watched the 80s version, and I was so amazed of it. Yeah. And I had all these plastic ponies and pony school and the pony ice cream parlor, and I had everything and books and all that stuff. And that's what's so cool about My Little Pony. I would have never thought that I would ever voice a pony too.
Yeah.
So, and I love the new series, so I often watched it at home.
Yeah. And I don't dislike anything about it. I think the coolest thing about My Little Pony is that friendship is the main theme about that. And every pony is so different, and together they are the perfect match of friendship. And everyone can be who they are, and there's no mobbing, no discrimination, and that's what I mostly love about My Little Pony. That friendship is so important, and it's one of the most important things in life. So, and I think that's a very good message for adults, for kids, for everybody.
I agree totally. Thank you.
Thank you. Your turn, please.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, my question is, who's best pony?
What a question.
Well, that's always the most hard-hitting one. We got to do that.
That's, of course, Pinkie Pie.
No, it's Twilight Sparkle.
It's Pinkie Pie.
Nein, es ist Twilight Tears.
Pinkie, Pinkie, Pinkie.
Thank you.
Next one, please.
I waited for this question. Yeah, I have to say that.
You already told us that you can't really make any dialects, but did you originally have one? Because last year Mr. Pan told us that his son speaks a good Hochdeutsch, but only in front of camera. When he's off camera, he has a terrible dialect.
Yeah, it was about something that Michael Pan said about his son. because during recording sessions he said he speaks perfectly clear German, but during just when he's like daily life he has like the worst Berlin accent ever, like really thick. So he's wondering if any of you have an accent like at home or just kind of come from a place with a dialect.
Of course, I have. Yeah, I can do the Berlin accent pretty good when the camera is off, because you can't speak with any accent. You have to really put it into very good German so that everybody can understand it. But of course, I can do that if I want to. And when I'm home, I'll do that with the Berlin accent.
Well, and I'm not from Berlin, I'm from Mönchengladbach, so I think I had a bit Rheinländisch dialect, but I think it disappeared. Sometimes it still comes through, but I think by doing all these dubbing jobs, it disappeared and disappeared from year to year.
Ich kann den Berliner Akzent machen, das ist kein Problem. Also wenn Leute aus Berlin hier sind, natürlich grüße ich die alle, ist ja wohl klar. Und ja, ne? Wie das halt so ist im Leben, wa?
Thank you.
Right, your turn, please.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a question about the recordings. Do you do it in a private studio or do you record also together in groups? And what do you prefer?
I would prefer to do it together because it's always more fun to do it together, but it's often just not possible because we have a timetable and we cannot be there all.
You can be all together in the studio. You can be together with 2, 3, or 4 people, but it always, of course, it goes a lot faster if everybody is in the studio for him alone and does his parts alone. But it's a lot more fun if you are together with other people because you react different when somebody asks you a question with the recording, and then sometimes you totally act different if you just think about the question and you are in the studio alone. So, but it's often not possible. It's very sad, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your turn, please.
Hello.
Hi.
If you had the opportunity to dub any character from any series or film you like, which one would it be?
Khaleesi from Game of Thrones.
And
That
I
would
would
be
love
awesome.
to be Sailor Moon.
Thank you very much.
So there you go. Julia Mine wants to be the mother of dragons. That's an aspirational, right?
Yeah.
Sure, awesome.
Yeah.
Your turn, please.
Hello.
Hi.
I would like to ask you who is your most favorite villain from the MLP, the most favorite bad guy?
Your favorite bad guy or villain from the My Little Pony show? Like characters like Discord and Chrysalis
Discord.
and Nightmare Moon.
Yeah, Discord. I really love Discord. Yeah, yeah.
too.
Thank you.
He's so cool.
Good answer. I'm all for it.
Yeah, cool.
Are you biased because of Michael Pann's performance, or did you actually see the Discord episode before it was in Germany?
Before, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
good.
I saw it in the original, and I like Discord from the beginning. I think
Good.
he's really cool. I like him
Michael
a lot.
Pann is a fantastic Discord, but just
Yeah.
saying, John
He is.
Delancey has something special for
Yeah.
that performance.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm biased, I know. Sorry. I'll stop gushing. Your turn.
Hi.
Hi.
If I'm informed correctly, you both have bands? Like music bands?
Music bands?
Yeah. You are both in a band, I heard. No?
I
No?
don't know where you.
I
get
think
that
there's
about.
another person, like other German musician who's called Jennifer Weiss too.
All right.
Oh, Jennifer Rostock.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Well, that's not me.
There was a mix-up. All right, but you are in a band?
Yes.
I'd like to know more about your music. What do you do?
Well, this was this country single I have with my mom. It was just a thing. Well, my mom is a singer and songwriter, and she sang years ago. And this is our first production together. And it's released since a month or something like that, and it's working really good. So we played all over Germany at the radio stations, and we didn't expect that. And our producer, which is a good friend of us, he's working on the album right now because we're very into country music, and he says, well, it's so great, I have to write an album for you. So we're working on it. So
Awesome.
I think there will be some new things in the next months. So
you enjoyed doing that a lot?
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Next one, please.
Ja, ich hätte zwei verschiedene Fragen. Einmal an Julia. Ja, wenn du schon sagst, Shipping möglicherweise, was denkst du über Flash Senti, dann im Zusammenhang mit Twilight?
He asked, is it okay if I repeat this in English for the rest of the audience? He asked, since you like the idea of the ponies having boyfriends so much, what did you think? I mean, Flash Sentry was an Equestria girl, the boy that Twilight had a crush on. What did you think of him? Should he show up more, stuff like that?
Yes, yes, yeah. Why not? I think you can make a lot of stories, and yeah, why not? Yeah.
You had a second question, you said?
Ja, die ist dann für Jennifer, wo du ja mehrere Pinkie Pies gesprochen hast, aus den verschiedenen Generationen. Welche hat dir mehr gefallen vom Sprechen her oder vom Charakter her?
Since you voiced more than one generation of the pony show, we've seen you were in Generation 3 as well. Which generation was your favorite to work on and why?
Of course, the new generation, because it's so funny. The generation, I think, is it Generation 3?
3 was the previous one, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was cute, but it was just for little children, and it's nothing adults would watch. So, of course, my very, very favorite one is the Generation 4.
Thank you. Next one, please.
Hello.
Hi.
Jennifer, you said earlier that you would have liked to do a French or an English dialect in one Pinkie Pie episode where she talks to kind of to herself.
Madame the Flower and such.
And so. Do you know why they wouldn't let you do those accents? Because I would really like to hear them in the show, and if I can't get them, I would like to know why.
I'm afraid I don't know the exact reason. All I can tell is that speaking foreign accents is something that's not usual in German dubs. It must always be standard German, and that may have been the reason, but well,
it's a decision from Nickelodeon when they are responsible for the whole production, and when of course you can give
suggestions.
Yeah, suggestions, and Tanya, which is our regisseur, she writes the German dubs, and she always tries to get near to the original, and she makes suggestions. But if Nickelodeon says, no, we don't want this, then there is no other possibility.
Okay.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your turn, please.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
I am supposed to ask, I want to ask, if you ever play Metal Karaoke, do you sing your own songs?
Sorry, what?
If you mean if they sing their own songs?
Yeah, so you have your own title songs in the show, and there's this game where you can play them. Do you sing them most favorite?
Oh, you're asking because of the karaoke game?
Yeah, and if they're good at it.
Since I'm not sure. I don't think do you sing your own songs on the show?
No, me not. No, I don't sing the songs. We have extra singers for the.
I didn't ask that. Well, that's good to know too.
But still, have you tried to sing the songs from the show?
No.
Never? Never, ever?
Never?
No. I mean, 80% of those people here tried it, and they're not even voice actors.
Well, if you are so inclined, we have a karaoke game downstairs, so it has all the show songs on it, so most of them in German too, I think, so.
Maybe.
Yeah, you can consider it. There's also a download for it at home, though, so you can learn at home. You can practice.
Oh, okay, sounds great.
Yeah, it's great fun. So just saying, you
Okay.
have the potential. You have the potential.
Hi again.
Hi. Go ahead.
I was wondering, what do you like about the pony fandom? What do you like about it? All the fans from the series.
It's just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was pretty surprised when I heard that there are so many fans and even adult men who watch this. And this was pretty confusing at the beginning, but I began to understand what this is all about, and I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
Because now we're sitting here and talking to you, and that's all because you love this show.
And I think it's wonderful that all of you are so creative people. When I see your drawings, your costumes, your plushies, that's amazing what you do.
Absolutely.
And I think this is an applause for you because you are really that creative and really cool. And I'm speechless, really. This is awesome. Awesome.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Really.
Well, we do what we can, just like you do.
And you do it wonderful, really. You do a great job, and it's really so much fun to be here. Really.
Thank you. Next one, please, before I get all blushy and red.
Oh, okay. As a bit of a counterpoint to the question before, did you ever have any especially memorable, crazy, funny, awesome moments at the studio? Something you will never forget that happened there?
Just any time. Does it have to be about My Little Pony or any time
No,
you recorded
just
something?
generally while recording something.
Which I will never forget?
Yeah, something that happened.
Okay, it's from, I made a horror movie a few years ago, and I came into the studio and there was a bed in the studio. And I asked everybody, what's that? What's going on with the bed? And they said, yeah, you have to lay down in the bed because the movie is horrible, and you will speak a pregnant woman which has to bring birth to her baby with a horror scene. I can't remember the scene anymore, but I said no, I don't lie down on the bed. Yeah, but then it sounds better if you lie down, and but then after a few minutes I said, you have to be kidding me, and then my regisseur said, yes, of course, yeah, we're kidding you, because they made a movie and they had to put the bed somewhere, and yeah. But that was really funny when you come into the studio and you see a bed, and I was like, oh my God, what is that? So this is a very memorable moment for me. That was really cool.
What about you, Jennifer?
Well, the most amazing moments, except My Little Pony, I had when I, bless you,
Gesundheit.
when I started voice acting, and it was all new for me and all so exciting, and I had never done this before, and I was just doing this practical training, and I was not actually a voice actress, but they suddenly said, I was sitting behind the director, and suddenly he turned back to me and said, you go inside now and voice this little girl in the Japanese animation movie with these cat ears, and I was, what, me? Oh my God! And I had just a few sentences. I had to do laughter, and I had to say,
Hier entlang, Reisender. Wir haben da nämlich etwas für Sie vorbereitet.
and it was just a simple sentence, but it was so awesome for me. And when I came out, I said, was that okay? And they said, yeah, it was great. And I said, will this be in the end version, or was it just practice? And they say, no, it will be on the DVD. And I, oh my God. That was so awesome. And when I came home, I called my mother and my brother and told everybody, I was a little animation girl, and I'm a real voice actress now. And that was so wonderful for me.
Awesome, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
One of the questions was what could happen in My Little Pony, or what would be, what would I think? I would love if Derby becomes a little bit more important at My Little Pony. That would be really cool. Because I'm a huge Derby fan, so I hope Derby becomes more important. That would be very cool. Yeah.
You see, I think you have lots of people agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Good. Make it happen, Hasbro Snipers.
Yeah, I hope so.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
Derby!
how did you prepare for the convention?
Well, I know I was there in 2012, and that was my preparation. I just had fun. I love to be here, and I said, yeah, tomorrow we're going to the convention, and tomorrow I will see some familiar faces again. And it was the fun that prepared me for this convention.
First of all, I tried to imagine what kind of questions there would come from you, and but if I had that Skype interview with Perry, then I knew that there would be so many questions I could not imagine. There are so many interesting or crazy questions, and I gave it up. There was nothing I could prepare. I just... Ich habe halt alles auf mich zukommen lassen.
That's okay, too. Thank you.
Thank you. Your turn, please.
Hi. Have you ever had problems with understanding the accents of the original cast, like Granny Smith or Applejack? Because I had at the beginning.
No. And I love Applejack's accent really much.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
When you get used to it.
What about you, Jennifer? You find understanding all those crazy accents?
Well, I'm not that familiar with Applejack in the original version. Of course, I often heard Andrea Lipman's voice, but Applejack, well, it's not hard to understand for me, this accent, but, well, what shall I say more about it?
I will admit,
I love her accent too.
It's a great accent. I will admit, both Granny Smith sometimes throws me off. She has like
Yeah.
this extremely thick accent. Because she wants to be old, so she sounds really, really thick. I sometimes have trouble with that, but I can imagine your English comprehension is better than mine since you work with it professionally.
Thanks.
Thank you. Your turn, please.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
So the English cast and writers, they aren't allowed to look at fan animations and like fan comics because obviously it can influence their writing and voice acting. But what about you guys? Since you're doing a dub, are you allowed to look at fan creations?
Well, the thing is with fan creations is that, at least in the original version, the script writers are not allowed to read or see anything that could influence their writing on the show. And the voice actors are also not supposed to work on stuff like fan animations, or they have like a little role on it or something. If they're asked to, they're not allowed because of their contracts. What about you? Would you be allowed, if someone asked you for a project or a little favor, would you be allowed to do it?
No, we have to sign contracts too, and these contracts are with Hasbro too, so we aren't allowed to do that.
All right,
sorry.
Thank you. Next one, please.
Hallo. Meine Frage ist, wie aktiv seid ihr in der Brony-Community?
Is it okay if I translate the question to
Yes.
English? The question was, do you read or see, like, look into the German friend community? Are you active there at all? I've heard you've recently engaged into it further. I think that was Nicole Oliver's fault, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't she make you join Twitter?
Yes, yeah, I'm finally on Twitter now.
Me too.
And it's really fun. I love it, really. It's really cool. And yeah, I read 2 years ago, after the convention in 2012, I read a lot at the Bronies forum, and because I wanted to know how I acted for you, if anything was okay in the last two years, and yeah, and when I made that up with Twilight's Years a few 2 years ago, and you were so excited about that, then I asked our registrar Tanya if we could get Twilight's Years into the German dub, and she says, yeah, okay, well, I have to speak with Nickelodeon if that's possible, and I said, yeah, please tell them that the whole Brownie community stands behind it, and they would be so excited if we could do that, and Nickelodeon said, yes, okay, we can do that, and so I could have made it. I made it possible that Twilight's Years is in one of the episodes. So, and that was a present for you. So I hope you were happy about that.
I remember that wasn't Ponyville Confidential, that episode where the Cutie Mark Crusaders have the newspaper. You read on the newspaper.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Twilight, you know, we might remember that
Yeah.
scene where Twilight reads about being called snobby in
Yes,
the original.
yes. Uh-huh.
She's being called Twilight-licious
Yes.
in the German prevalent of Twilight-licious in the German version. That's Julia's
Yes.
idea.
Yeah. So.
I think we definitely have time for one more question, so go ahead. You
yeah.
have the honor.
Okay, I wanted to ask, do you have a very tight schedule for recording? So, for example, if you fall ill for, say, 2 weeks, if you have a sore throat or anything, does that throw back the whole recording schedule?
I'm sorry,
When you're dubbing something and you get sick, like you can't speak anymore because you have too much of a cold or something, then how does that affect the dubbing process?
Well, fortunately, it doesn't happen to me very often. If it happens, then I stay home. I call the studio and said,
Oh, I sound so sick. I think I can't come.
and they say, well, that's okay. If you sound like that, there's nothing I can do about, and just come later. But it's quite bad if that happens, because the schedules are really, really tight, and you have a responsibility for the whole project, and if you don't come, there is everything delayed, and so I'm always happy to be healthy. And
but of course it happens, and you can't speak with a cold or when your nose is yeah, because you hear everything when you are recording, and so then you do it just a few days later. Of course, it's always a big problem for the companies, but everybody gets sick sometimes, and so they know that this can happen sometimes, and then you do it just a few days later, and then everything's fine. But of course, they always want us to be healthy because the schedule is so tight, but it happens.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right. You get the last question. I lied. You get the last question.
So,
Hi again.
Hi again. So, what's your favorite lines in the My Little Pony you yourself spoken? And if you look at your whole career, what are your favorite lines you have dubbed?
So,
My
do you have
favorite line?
your favorite line that you've done on My Little Pony, like that you said it was just the most fun, the nicest, whatever?
Oh, there are so many funny lines.
Du meine Güte, das ist der tollste Plan aller Zeiten!
And mine is, maybe you remember that German episode,
Die Uhr tickt, Twilight. Oh ja, die Uhr tickt.
what was that? I think, and the sentence after that, that was, if somebody has not a problem.
If there's not, there's not a friendship, like you make your friendship
Yes,
problem.
yes, and I'm thinking about that sentence because that was so good. Well, let me think just 1 minute, then maybe I get it. Dann erfinde ich eben das Problem. Irgendwie something
It was,
like
I
that.
remember it being really funny. That's why.
Yeah. Dann erfinde ich einfach das Problem. Yeah, that was my favorite episode, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, perfect. We're right on schedule. You asked fantastic questions. Thank you all for the great questions. I hope you too enjoyed yourselves.
Yes, it was fun.
It was fun.
Thank you for your questions, and I hope you have a wonderful day today and have fun and just be the ponies.
So
Be
a
pony.
big applause for Jennifer Weiß and Julia Meynen.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love you. You're great.